Kurban Bayramı or al-Adha is approaching. A time of gathering, sharing and celebrating with loved ones. In Turkish homes, the days leading up to the holiday are filled with preparation and the kitchen becomes the heart of it all. In this special episode, I'm cooking with my mom. Together we'll make two delicious regional dishes. A vegan stuffed pepper dolma from Southeastern Turkey and a creamy yogurt-based lamb soup from Konya called Tarhun Çorbası. Welcome my friends, as you can see my mom is here, beloved. Happy to be with her again. This time we're gonna cook biber dolması. But before we begin, I would like to share what a classic Turkish Eid table looks like. During Kurban Bayramı, once we receive the sacrificial meat kurban, we often start by making Etli Pilav, buttery rice pilav with sautéed lamb or beef. If it's beef, we cook it longer, adding water and checking until it is soft. Then we raise the heat to evaporate the remaining liquid, if any, and lightly fry the meat, preferably with tail fat or butter for extra flavor. In the same pan, I prepared the rice. The key to fluffy Turkish pilav is soaking the rice in warm, salty water beforehand. Sauté the washed and drained rice in plentiful of butter and make sure to add from the broth. For the full recipe video, you can check my links in the description. And of course, no Bayram table is complete without Turkish baklava or traditional sweets. I've shared many baklava recipes on this channel, but for this table I prepared a quick and easy version using ready-made phyllo sheets. These are the two core dishes we usually serve to guests during Eid. And today's recipes will complete the menu for your special celebration. We're gonna cook biber dolması. I already prepared the filling. Let me show you, and then we're gonna begin to fill our peppers. It is going to be a vegan filling. I have rice, tomato puree, tomatoes, onions, garlic, going to add spices. First I'm gonna dice my onions finely and going to saute in olive oil. To shorten the time, I just cut the first one and begin to saute and add the second onion. Adding the salt while sauteing helps to soften the onion and cook in a shorter time. I also drizzled more olive oil and diced some tomatoes and a couple of cloves of garlic. Here I'm adding a heaped tablespoon of tomato paste and half a tablespoon pepper paste. It's optional if you don't have, don't worry, but we always use it in Turkish cuisine. And I washed and drained my rice. It is a bit more than 1.5 cups. After sauteing for a couple of minutes, I added the tomatoes, and since I had tomato puree, I used both of them. You can either use, when it's the season, fresh tomatoes, grate or finely chopped, or use tomato puree. A little bit sugar always balances the acidity when you work with tomatoes and pastes. And for the spices, since my pepper paste is hot, I used a little bit paprika, some sumac, black pepper, and lots of dried mint. Stir everything well and add some chopped parsley. You can be generous here. I used from the freezer and our filling is ready. Okay, so that's how I prepare the filling. It is cooled down right now. I already washed my peppers and we begin to take out the seeds and the stem. You just cut with your finger and then take out. Get the seeds here. Buraya da koyabilirsin şey değil. There are tools to take this out, but it is easily doable like this too. Şimdi zamanı küçük biberlerin, değil mi?
Evet.
Daha güzel oluyor.
Etli dolmaya biraz daha küçük. Zeytinyağlı normal bunlar. İyi oldu. Zeytinyağlı biraz daha büyük.
Ben tam tersi düşünmüştüm. We're gonna use the stem to cover, so don't throw it away. Sen normalde nasıl yapıyorsun içi? Dolma içini?
Kavurarak yapıyorum genelde. Bol soğan, pirinç, salça, kırmızı biber, karabiber koyuyorum. Baharat, nane.
In the pressure cooker, I have lamb meat. It is cooking for a traditional beautiful soup recipe. Hearty dish, I can even say. Tamam, o zaman aynı zaten. Ben de öyle yaptım
Evet,
yani.
aynı.
Bir farkı
Aynen,
yok. Ama
evet.
kavurduk. Bayağı
Fıstık, beyaz fıstıklardan olursa
salçalı mı?
Koyuyorum.
Salçalı da.
Fıstık çok pahalı maalesef.
Evet.
Bazen koyuyorum, bazen koymuyorum.
Yani normalde İstanbul saray usulü dedikleri var. Üzüm ve fıstık var, dereotu var, tarçın.
Evet, isteyen dereotu
Evet.
da koyabiliyor.
Ama
nane var.
Evet. Ama onda salça olmuyor. Yani bu İstanbul usulünden. Hani
Evet.
seninki farklı olabilir.
Evet.
Onu da paylaşmıştım. I shared it on the channel.
Evet.
Çünkü domates de zaten eskiden yokmuş Osmanlı'da, biliyor musun?
Öyle mi?
Evet. 1500'lerde ya Osmanlı dönemi.
Evet.
Ta 19 yani sonra falan gelmiş domates Amerika'dan. Bizden meyve.
Vatanı Amerika mı?
Evet, evet. Meyve koyuyorlarmış, kuru meyveler,
Bilmiyorum,
işte
evet.
tarçın, baharat.
Evet.
Okay. So we took out the seeds and also keep the stem. Now we're gonna fill in. Şöyle. Şeyi alacağım. Ben alıyorum buradan. Çok doldurmayacağız zaten. Bu hiç
Tabii,
pişmemiş.
Biraz, evet.
Hiç su koymadım. Sadece
Biraz
domatesin
gevşek
suyu var.
olacak. Su içine girsin.
Evet.
Sıkışık olmasın.
Evet. So we shouldn't fill all the way and make it loose because the rice is going to swell, so it needs space.
Ben, domates koyuyorum üzerine. O da güzel oluyor.
Koyabiliriz.
Koyalım yani güzel.
Evet, evet, tamam.
Böyle ben seviyorum malzeme. Görsellik.
So we filled the peppers. We wanted to make some grape leaves to show and taste. It also tastes so delicious. It has like an umami taste in it. So, these are the ones I made maybe like 2 years ago. I made a brine and kept it in the fridge. I have the recipe too. And this is the new ones I made last week.
Nereye koyacağım?
Şuraya buraya koy. Buradan alırız tekrar. Okay, so I'm gonna also make some. Çok koymayayım.
Çok olmasın yani.
Evet.
Azıcık şu şekilde şişecekti.
Nevşehir'de de yaprak yapıyorlar.
O meşhurdur oranın. Üzümü de meşhur, pekmezi meşhur, sirkesi meşhur.
My mom has grape orchards. We visited last year together. We say hi to Nevşehir. It's beautiful always. We went there during the late summer and cooked some beautiful traditional dishes in Nevşehir too.
Tandırda pişen fasulye, çömlek. Fasulye yemeği çömlekte pişiyor. Çok güzel yapıyorlardı önceden. Tandırda anneannemler falan giderdi tarlaya. Dedem de tandırda fasulye pişirdiğini hatırlıyorum.
Şimdi yapıyorlar yine meşhur şey.
Evet.
Bir de Nevşehir'de sarıp çiğden buzluğa koyuyorlar değil mi?
Evet, evet. Kışlık. Misafir gelince veya kendi yiyeceğin zaman oradan çıkar.
Evet.
Kışa günü falan çok rahat oluyor.
Ramazan'da yaptık işte. Pişirdik, güzel oldu. I also have that on the channel. How you can make and freeze them. By the way, you can also make it with minced meat. It's the meat version. That one usually made raw and it has its own flavor. Şuraya.
Bu hepsini almaz ama.
We are trying to fill. Sığar herhalde yani. Sığdıralım gitsin. We were able to fit everything and used all the filling. Added some water, some tomato puree for the sauce for our dolma. You can also use some pomegranate molasses either on the sauce or on top. Okay, I put the
Kısa kalıyor.
tomatoes. I'm gonna pour the water. With my mom's suggestion, I added some salt to the sauce too. A little bit pomegranate molasses. It goes to stove top to cook. After it is boiled on high, I'm gonna lower the heat and cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. For the recipe, you can use any kind of lamb. Best if you have with bone. I'm using lamb shoulder here. And going to first brown it the sides to give an extra flavor. I cooked a little bit, then decided to use my pressure cooker to shorten the time. If you have time, you can also slow cook it. In pressure cooker, for me, it took about 30-40 minutes and it was beautifully soft. We need to shred the meat since we are going to use it in soup. So with help of a fork it's easier. And I'm also going to use a cooked chickpeas. These are from the freezer. I always have it on hand to use for my soups or rice dishes. It also goes in with the meat into the pot along with the broth. To make it lighter, I used half water and half broth and begin to cook, to simmer, to melt all the flavors together. And in a separate pan, I'm gonna cook the sauce. I have yogurt, about 1.5 cups, adding 3 heaped tablespoons flour and 1 egg. First going to stir everything and then add some water. And we are going to cook this over a slow heat until it begins to bubble. This way we prevent to curdle the yogurt and it will be smooth and silky soup and of course delicious. This is the old technique they use in Ottoman times and in Anatolian cuisine recipes. But if you have a short time, you can also mix everything and then add some of the broth that is hot while stirring and then put everything back to the soup pan. So after the yogurt sauce is bubbling and hot, I put it over to the meat and chickpea mixture. I haven't add any salt. We should add it in the last minute. But before that, I'm gonna chop my tarragon, which we call tarhun otu. This is the signature ingredient for this recipe. As you can see, it has very simple ingredients, and this is really gives its unique flavor to it. Now I'm adding salt. The tarragon also goes in the last minute to keep its green color while having the aroma in it. And as a final touch, I'm heating some olive oil. Thankfully, I catch the pan and then add the tarragon just for 4-5 seconds, and then pour the sauce over the soup. Don't mix all in, and use the beautiful sauce while serving. Okay, we are ready, my friends. Our zeytinyağlı dolma is cooked and rested. Let me show you. Looks beautiful. And then we have soup here. Another Ottoman recipe. We are going to taste the Tarhun Çorbası. It's beautiful using tarragon. Şöyle az bir şey nohut bırakıyorum.
Çok güzel.
Evet. Let's taste.
Çok güzel olmuş.
Tarhunun tadı değişik.
Tarhun otu çok güzel tat vermiş.
Hala diri içinde ama daha iyi sanki, yani en son atılıyor
Daha yeşil
zaten.
duruyor. Çok
Evet.
güzel.
Interesting, beautiful, rich and creamy, doyurucu da, besleyici.
Evet.
Var kurusu da var, satılıyormuş galiba. By the way, don't close it all the way. The steam can make the soup curdle too if you close it. Okay, now let's taste the dolma. Daha da yemeyiz zaten yemeği. It is still warm. İki türlü de yenebilir.
İsteyen soğuk yiyebilir yani.
You can eat cold either.
Çok güzel.
Güzel. Acısı
Elinize
falan.
sağlık. Gerçekten çok güzel. Lezzetli.
Senin de eline sağlık. Once you begin, you cannot stop.
Evet,
Değil mi?
evet. Lezzetli de olunca acısı çok güzel. Harika.
Afiyet olsun. I'm gonna fly. Uçacağım birazdan. Give it a try. It's very easy, full of flavor. Still, it's vegan, vegetarian. You can serve as a side dish or even main dish. Have it for picnic. Ana yemek olarak da yenir aslında
Tabii,
bu haliyle.
Tabii.
Ama soğuk olunca
Niye böyle şeyler gidiyor?
evet.
Yapanlara afiyet olsun, yapıp yiyenlere. Herkese selamlar. Yorumlarınızı bekleriz.
Please write down your comments, what you think, and don't forget to give thumbs up. We filmed this episode earlier. Also, Eid al-Adha Mubarak to all who are celebrating. Evet. Thank you so much for watching, my friends, and we hope to see you in another delicious Turkish food recipes and travel vlogs. Afiyet olsun. Bitirdin benden iyi.